Churches with We Sing. It is Shock Hits Wednesday the 26th of November. My name is Chloe Yates. Hello. Hope you have a cracking day so far because look, it's 2 days to the weekend, so you've got no excuses. This does give me an excuse to get all the party tunes on. We've got tunes from Lady Gaga, Yumi at 6, David Guetta as well on its way. Plus, we've got chats on relationships from Tinder. We're talking about Dermot O'Leary and his topless shenanigans, Katy Perry and her angry tweets to a paparazzi called Jamie Fourcott, and we're also talking about Susanna Reid and how she's still living with her ex, and she's been with him for 16 years and she's still living with him. We've got so much more. Also, a big shout out to Eva Rogers, who listens every single week. God love you. If you do want to do the same, tweet in. It's at tag Shock Hits Live, or it's facebook.com/Shock Hits. Coming up, we've got tunes from Lady Gaga and Yumi at 6.
Hey, said our hustler's work is never through.
David Guetta, Play Hard.
We making it 'cause we make it move.
8 minutes past 4. Shock Hits.
We know how to do. Play hard, keep partying like it's your job.
This is Shock Hits.
Yumi at 6. It is Shock Hits. I am Chloe Yates. Absolutely incredible band. They remind me so much of Blink-182. It is a place where you get, of course, all the latest celebrity gossip and, of course, all the hottest tunes as well. It is weeks now until Christmas, but I do have to say really clearly, you're going to have to wait until December before we put the Christmas tunes on. And that's not me being a Scrooge here at Shock, but come on, you have to agree with me. Christmas is just coming earlier and earlier and earlier every single week. It's... Oh, hello. Oh. Leave me alone! Okay, forgive me. Someone has literally just knocked the crap out of the wall next door to Shock Radio. We've got tunes on the way from Indiana and Lady Gaga.
Shock Hits.
Lady Gaga, Do What You Want. And before we had David Guetta and Play Hard. And we had Churches with We Sing. Only the best songs, of course, on Shock Hits.
Shock Hits. Tweet us now at Shock Hits Live. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates.
Time right now is 20 past 4. I've had a cracking week, I have. The other day, I was stood in Zombie Shack, which is a fantastic bar in the middle of Manchester. If you're not familiar, it is basically a cocktail bar at the end of a ridiculously long set of stairs on Oxford Road. No matter how much you drink before those set of stairs, I'm not even joking, when you get to the top, you're guaranteed to be stone cold sober. It is absolutely ridiculous. Who needs a gym after you've been to the Zombie Shack? Good Lord. Thanks for that place. Anyway, I've got cracking rugby player legs. Some people might disagree. Now, whilst I was ordering the dark and horny cocktail, let me just clarify, by the way, that is the cocktail, not me. I couldn't help but overhear this conversation. Now, what the conversation was is they were basically talking about Tinder, and what they were saying is their friend is now engaged to a fella that she met on Tinder. Oh dear. Now, if you're not aware, by the way, Tinder is a dating app and you can get it on your phone or your Android. And basically, you swipe left, I think, if you think they're fit, or right if you think they're not fit, or it might be the other way around. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm pretending I don't really know much about it. I actually do. Either way, it's based on looks. It's so ridiculously vain. It's insane. But the conversation went on to how she only knew him for 4 months and they are already getting hitched. Now, is this just me being an old romantic, expecting to get to know someone a little bit better before I get hitched, or is this becoming the norm? Thankfully, though, I did delete Tinder after getting repetitive messages, and the messages said NSA. And I'm not going to say what that stands for, but you can give me a direct message if you think you know what it stands for, but let's not go there. Tweet me and let me know your thoughts on the Tinder app anyway. If you know anyone who is in a happy relationship, maybe through Tinder, or maybe Tinder is a good thing and, you know, it gives you an opportunity to look at the talent around the area, or is it really shallow? This next one is Solo Dancing, Indiana. Gotten away from Dermot O'Leary and his topless mishap with a Skype call on Extra Factor. But first, it is Solo Dancing on Shock Radio.
By myself, I go dance about my dance devotion. It's the path that I have chosen. Hypnotized by the law of motion, music stopped and the spell is broken.
Shock Hits plays music like this.
I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it out, shake it out.
And this. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. Baby, I'm a fire.
Pitbull with Fireball. I am Chloe Yates. It is Wednesday afternoon and it's just nearly 4:30. It is Shock Radio. We've had tunes from Churches, David Guetta, Yumi6 and Lady Gaga. And the tunes will not stop. If you do want to tweet in, is @ Shock Hits Live or facebook.com/Shock Hits. We've got Empire of the Sun, Cheryl, Magic, Basement Jaxx on its way. But first, we're talking about Dermot O'Leary and how he found himself in a very heated situation, let's just say, on Sunday's Extra Factor show. Now, if you didn't watch it, basically what happened is Dermot, bless him, was taking part in a Skype call with a viewer's name called Laura, and she was from London. And Laura basically innocently, bless her, asked Dermot to name 5 acts that he liked from over the past couple of years. And what happened was when Dermot was answering the question, a woman appeared to be topless right behind Laura in the room, right smack bang on the screen on the Extra Factor stage. Now, the woman, let me just clarify, she was covering her chest during the brief time on camera. If you do want to have a look at the picture, I did have a little cheeky screenshot. Is on the Twitter page and Facebook page as well. But she had enough on show. Now, what happened is the camera quickly cut back to the Extra Factor studio as Dermot covered saying, "You'll have to forgive me, we broke up there." So he covered it well, but then he had to add, "Can we do this every week?" Okay, Dermot, rather you than me. Well, whoever that woman was, it did cause a massive stir on social media. Now, we don't know whether it was done on purpose, if it was a stunt, or it was plainly just Laura's mum getting the talc from the cosmetics drawer.
Shock Hits.
We've got Empire of the Sun and We Are the People coming up. Cheryl, I Don't Care, coming up next. Empire of the Sun, We Are the People. It is Shock Hits. Hello, I'm Chloe Yates. Let's keep going. Cheryl, I Don't Care. It is only the award-winning radio station Shock Radio. Hashtag on the way next is a feature where we find out what's kicking off in the world of Twitter. I'm a nosy sod, aren't I? Shock Hits.
Waking up diagonal like an animal in a cold and empty bed. Oh no.
Shock Hits plays music like this.
Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
And this. This is Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
Saturday morning, jumped out of bed and put on my best suit. Got in my car.
Magic, Rude on Shock Hits. And before you had Cheryl with I Don't Care. It's that time of the week again, my lovely. Let's have a little bit of hashtag.
Hashtag Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
Now, the spotlight this week is on Miss Katy Perry. Now, on Twitter, she's had a hit out on the Australian paparazzi called Jamie Forecourt. Now, she said he is a true sicko. Now, if you look on the Twitter, basically, she got a bit stressy, to be honest. She posted a tweet warning people about posting an unauthorised bikini shot. Now, a Twitter post said the following: "Remember, Aussies, anyone printing or posting unauthorised photos of me in a bikini from these disgusting and perverted old men is against my will." All right, calm down. I can't quite say the following tweet, to be honest. It's a bit too cheeky for this time of day. Well, she basically followed her statement with a tweet about how everyone has pictures of his, let's say, his smaller package. Also, she's talking about how she's got pictures of his large gut, and then she followed the tweet saying that he's a true sicko. Jamie Forecourt, whoever you are, to be honest, it's his job, isn't it? He's got to do it, really. Hello, I'm Chloe Yates. Cheers for joining me anyway. If you do have any more tweets that you find, it's a little bit on the stressy side, you find anything kicking off, I'm a nosy sod, so I want to know. Don't you dare go anywhere, stay put, as we've got tunes from Foxes and Basement Jaxx, also Route 94. We've got gossip on Good Morning Britain's Susanna Reid as well, and how she's living with her ex-partner. And let me just throw this one out there as well. She's been with her ex for 16 years, and she's still staying with him. She's still living with him, in fact.
Shock Hits.
Make you go boom bats boom 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 ba. You got the things that make me go boom bats boom 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 ba. I got the things that make you go.
Joel Compass with Girlfriends. Absolutely incredible tune. Absolutely love it. We've had a tweet from Luke Middleton. Hello. He says, enjoying a bit of Shock Hits Live with Chloe Emily Yates this afternoon. And another tweet from Amy Rutherford, who tweeted saying a bit of Joel Compass on Shock Hits. So I got a bit excited then. We've got absolute tune. This is Basement Jaxx, Never Say Never. Keep the tweets coming in at tag Shock Hits Live or facebook.com/Shock Hits. Tunes on the way from Foxes, Route 94, and my absolute favourite band, the 1975. Basement Jaxx, Never Say Never. It is Shock Hits. Such a chill tune. It features vocals from Elliot Marshall and reached number 18 on the UK indie chart. Absolutely love that one. Big hello to Kelsey, Joe, Amelia and Elliot who tweeted in. It is at tag Shock Hits. We've got gossip on Susanna Reid on its way. But right now, I'm going to play you Foxes, Holding On to Heaven. It is Shock Radio. Time right now is 5 to 5.
Starless sky, we've got so good, 'cause I'm holding on to heaven.
Foxes, Holding On to Heaven. It is Shock Hits. My name is Chloe Yates. Coming up now, we've got Route 94. We've got news next with Rachel and Tom. Route 94, my love. It is Shock Hits.
Shock Hits.
I think it's time for the news.
You're listening to Shock News.
Good afternoon, the time is 5 p.m. I'm Rachel Williams.
I'm Thomas Foster.
And today's top headlines. 2 brothers have become the first Britons to be jailed for the terrorism training in Syria in 2013. Mohammed Nawaz and Hamza Nawaz from Stratford have been sentenced to 4.5 years and 3 years. The men were intercepted by police at Dover on their return to the UK, where they had brought back bullets and pictures as trophies. After the news came that US policeman is not to be charged over the shooting of a black teenager in Ferguson, riots have spread across the states. What started as a peaceful demonstration in New York and Seattle has now escalated to rioting in California and Missouri itself. Over 80 arrests were reported to have been made so far, as over 2,200 National Guard soldiers were deployed to help police. Should superhero toys just be for boys? Well, according to 7-year-old Maggie, they shouldn't. She put her foot down and got Tesco to remove a sign suggesting superhero toys are for boys. Maggie's mum, Karen Cole, tweeted a photo to the supermarket saying, "My superhero-loving daughter was not impressed when she spotted this sign." The tweet racked up to over 10,000 retweets, and Tesco finally apologised, saying that they would remove the signs from all stores. Now it's time for entertainment news with Tom.
Angelina Jolie has spoken about her desire to take home an Oscar for her latest movie Unbroken, about the late Louis Zamparini. The Hollywood actress won a gold statuette for her role in Girl, Interrupted, but that was 14 years ago now, and she wants a nod for her directing skills. She says, "I love directing, and most of all, it felt really responsible to tell this story and this man's life." The first teaser for Game of Thrones has arrived in the most mysterious and sneaky of ways. On Tuesday, the official Game of Thrones Facebook page posted a video advertising a new Season 5 website and social media campaign in which the three-eyed raven will give fans visions of the new season. The Hollywood Reporter predicts that this is how HBO will reveal the first full Season 5 trailer, and we wouldn't be surprised. The first lineup announcement for the 2015 festival season as for Reading and Leeds has come afloat. Current bands are Metallica, Jamie T and Run the Jewels. They will be among the acts appearing at the event, which will take place on the 28th and 30th next year.
And now it's over to sport news with you again, Tom.
And me again. The sport news. The council are in talks with Man City to create an international house of sport near the Blues grounds. It is said it would be the new headquarters for governing bodies and sporting associations. This will come as part of East Manchester's £260 million revamp and will be one of the last and of many additions, which include City's training academy and the Velo Park and a new sixth form college.
Thanks, Tom. In weather now. The weather this evening remains cloudy, misty and murky with extensive low cloud across the region, resulting in patchy rain or drizzle which may become heavier later on. And finally in the news, from the racing track to music tracks, Formula One double world title winner Lewis Hamilton has said he has set sights on a music career. The 29-year-old, who was in Salford yesterday, has claimed that he has managed to juggle preparing for the biggest day of his life while spending much of last year recording. The time is 5:04.
And now it's time to pass you back to Chloe Yates.
Hello there.
Hello.
Try to sound sexy.
Hello.
Didn't really work. So we've got Rachel and Tom in the studio. How are you both?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
This is different, isn't it?
Tom, how are you finding news?
The news is all right. It's all right. It's the news.
Good stuff. Well, it's the time of the show today. Tom, I didn't warn you, so I'm going to put a bit of pressure on you now, actually.
Oh, good.
Basically, what happens, Rachel know this, it's a time of the show where we play a music Mitch. Mitch? I can't even speak today. It's you guys. You're making me on edge. What's going on?
Oh, sorry. We'll leave now.
We play a music mix of 3 different songs. So this week, we've got Para for Curva, Take That, and Noel Gallagher. And what we have to do is we have the listeners and you two to decide which track we think is best to play. So we'll start off by playing the mix, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Tunes. What do you think, guys?
Oh, I was blown away then, really.
Tom, I'm not going to lie, you're getting quite into that last track, weren't you?
I love Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. He's the god.
So the first one's Para for Curva. It's by it's Wicked Games. It's by Para for Curva, and it's called Wicked Games. It's done by the Spinning Records, and it features Anna Nack-Klab. She's Norwegian, so I can't really pronounce the name, but it's absolutely great track. The second one was Take That These Days. Of course, it's from the 7th studio album by Take That. Absolute tune. And of course, it's the song without Jason Orange, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah, now he's left.
Oh, cry for Jason.
He's gone. And the last one, of course, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. There's nothing more to say with that track, really. It's just one of my favourites, really. But it's not up to me. I've had a tweet off Tom. Hang on, let's have a look. Not you. Different Tom.
It's a good choice of name anyway.
And he said Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Thanks, Tom. If you do want to tweet in, it's at @ShockHitsLive. But we're going to decide now, guys. Come on, over to you two. What do you think we should play?
What do you think, Tom?
Well,
I know what you're going to say.
I'm going to be quite biased, but I do like Take That. But that's what my mum would say as well. But it's High Flying Birds for me.
Oh, said it.
Yeah.
Drop it in for the gap.
New music first. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
It is Shock Hits. I am Chloe Yates. The time right now is 10 minutes past 5. It is the 1975 with Chocolate. Coming up, we've got tunes from Years and Years, which is the track of the week this week. It is Shock Hits, the 1975 with Chocolate.
The biggest hits, the best music. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
It is Shock Hits, of course. Now we're talking, as promised before, it is all about Miss Susanna Reid. Now, basically, have you ever felt like you need to move completely different countries after splitting up with an ex? Of course you have, of course you have. Well, this is what's happened, really, with Susanna Reid. However, rather than moving countries, she's decided to stay in the same house as her ex. Now, she revealed that she's still living with her ex-partner, Dominic Cotton, despite the pair splitting up earlier this year. Now, they have been together for 16 years, and they have had 3 children as well. So you can imagine how hard it is, obviously, for them both. But still living together after a breakup? Is that really a good idea? Susanna said the relationship just came to an end, and she then said that they have a completely different relationship now, which is good, of course. But she said they live separately, but together in the same house. Now, Dom did state that they have been through a lot, splitting up, of course. It's a difficult thing, isn't it? Saying the separation it's going to be sad. And he also said that it's nice for the children that they know that mum and dad are still there for them, and that he's privileged to have such a great relationship with Susanna. He said it's come to the point where they can live together comfortably, but completely separately in this new relationship. I don't know whether this is kind of like a common modern thing to live with exes after a divorce. Tweet and let me know whether you think this is still healthy or is it completely wrong. It is at tag Shock Hits Live or facebook.com/Shock Hits. Right, let's keep it going. This next one is Track of the Week. Years and Years. They're playing at Grilla on the 27th of November. There's a great strong house feel on their new album. Let's have Desire.
Like this. And this. This is Shock Hits with Chloe Yates.
Oh, you got the feeling that I wanna feel. Oh, you got the feeling that I know is real, real, real. It's in the way you give me that love, you give me that.
Clean Bandit, Real Love on Shock Hits. And before we had Desire, Years and Years, which is, of course, Track of the Week. I absolutely love that song. It's great. Hello, lovely. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. I've got tunes here for you coming up, plus Showbiz Select, where we find out about the latest in the world of celebrity. We've got tunes from Chasing Status, Pixie Lott and Taylor Swift on Shock Hits next. But first, let's have Chasing Status with Time on Shock Hits.
If you can find the time to give your love to me, my bleeding heart.
Add us on Facebook /Shock Hit. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates.
I do it till you're good and tired.
This one right here is for the dropout of schoolers, the future cougars, the Mary Jane of your group.
It is Shock Hits.
It's your life. It may ruin it.
MKTO.
Tune in, turn up, drop out.
Thank you. Before we had Taylor Swift with Shake It Off, and before that we had Pixie Lott with Nasty. I think it's time for a bit of Showbiz Select.
This is Shock Hits with Chloe Yates. Showbiz Select.
It is that time of the week again where we get all the latest showbiz gossip. This week it is all about Miss Meryl Streep. Now, I'm not sure whether you've heard about the new film featuring Meryl Streep. It is called Into the Woods. If you don't get what I'm on about, let's stick on a little trailer, eh?
I wish. I wish. I wish.
I wish.
You wish to have the curse reversed? Go to the wood and bring me back a cow as white as milk.
These beans carry magic.
The cape as red as blood.
Oh dear, how uneasy I feel.
The hair as yellow as corn. The slipper as pure as gold. Go to the wood!
Into the woods without delay, but careful not to lose the way. Into the woods, who knows what may be lurking on the journey.
Good day, Mr. Wolf.
And what might be in your basket? I must find that girl.
All will come to a happy end.
Oh, it looks so good. It centres around the adventures of a baker, played by Mr., of course, James Corden, and his wife, Emily Blunt, whose wish to start a family leads them into the deep, dark woods. Now, they meet a number of fairy tale characters and big names here, including the wolf, Johnny Depp, Cinderella, that's played by Anna Kendrick, and the two charming princesses, Chris Pine and Billy Magnuson. Now, Meryl Streep, she is, honestly, I am so obsessed with her. I absolutely adore that woman. Give us a tweet and let us know if you're going to see that film as well. Don't miss the film, as it's going to be an absolute goodie on the 25th of December. If you just tuned in, my name is Chloe Yates. Hello. We've been talking about relationships from Tinder, Dermot O'Leary and his topless shenanigans, Katy Perry and her, well, angry tweets, let's say, to the paparazzi who's called Jamie Forker, who's caused a massive stir on Twitter. We've talked about Susanna Reid as well and how she's still living with her ex for 16 years and a lot more, really. But if you've missed it, catch us on the Mixcloud, or a cut-down version is on the Shock Hits YouTube page as well. Let's have some Mason and Princess Superstar with Perfect.
Plays music like this.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no chill.
And this. This is Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
This is how we like to live our life.
Hands up!
The biggest hits, the best music. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates on Shock Radio.
Coldplay, Ink. It is Shock Hits. That is such an absolute tune. It's from their 6th studio album called Ghost Stories. A big hello to Anna Cottam as well, who tweeted in. She said, sounding great and keep the tunes going, girl. That is certainly what I will do.
Shock Hits.
Let's keep the tunes going. It is Enrique Iglesias with Heartbeat. It is Shock Hits. Time right now is 10 to 6.
Shock Hits Live. Shock Hits with Chloe Yates.
Be a sinner or a gentleman. He could be a preacher when your soul is down. He could be a lawyer who'll never love you like I can.
Sam Smith, Like I Can. It is Shock Radio, and I'm Chloe Yates on Shock Hits. Absolute tune, I absolutely love that one. He rose to fame just 2 years ago, actually, just researching it now, back in October in 2012. And it was when he featured on Disclosure's breakthrough single called Latch, which peaked at number 11 on the UK singles chart. And I think what actually made his name stick in my mind was when he featured in Naughty Boy's La La La, because that got him number 1 for the single last year. Either way, we've got more tunes from me, same time, next next week on Shock Hits. I am off skis now. I'm off to dance class. You're jealous. I'll leave you with this, one of my favourite songs. I know I keep saying it for all of them, but guys, this is where all the tunes are. It is Shock Radio. You've definitely come to the right place.
Lately, I've been losing sleep.
One Republic, Counting Stars.
About the things